Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification. I'm just going to keep on bringing you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews, that 40-ish and under dollar range. Most of these, way less than that. And a good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. I found this one at Marshall's. It was 15 bucks for this little 1.7 ounce bottle, and I figured, what the heck? Let me just roll the dice on this thing. See what it's talking about? I'm talking about Abercrombie Fitch Authentic Self. Kind of looks like a Tom Ford bottle in a way. And it's fairly heavy for what it is. And the atomizer cap really clicks into place really nice. It's see-through at the top. And the atomizer itself squirts out a whole lot more than I thought. It's like a big package in a small little bottle. So the direction that this one is going, when you first spray this on, there's like a ginger cypress combination that kind of gives it a citrusy type of a vibe. A little bit of a citrusy vibe with that sexy, spicy cardamom in there. Mostly the heart is like this sweet, creamy powderiness. And the tonka bean gives a little bit of a nutty touch. And the freesia keeps it kind of light and airy. There's also some violet leaf in here. There's some Virginia cedar. There's some actual vanilla in here as well. But mostly what you're going to get is a kind of a creamy, powdery, almost like in the same ballpark, kind of the creamy, like cardamom, powdery spiciness that you get in like La Nuit de l'Homme, Guess, Seductive Blue, that kind of a body, but a little bit lighter and more freshened up with the ginger cypress combination. And the freesia can sometimes give things like that ozonic, like this has an ozonic note, I think, or that's one of the accords is ozonic. And freesia can kind of give off that type of a vibe. You know, violet leaf can sometimes have like an aquatic feel. This doesn't have too much of a watery aquatic thing. I think Parfumo.net says it's aquatic, but I'm not getting so much of that. I'm getting more of that sweet, like somewhat sweet cream, like almond milk. Like imagine getting the unsweetened vanilla almond milk. Kind of like that kind of a thing going on in this, with a bit of freshness from the ginger and the cypress opening. The cedar isn't like some kind of loud woody note or anything like that. It's just a bass note that is kind of, I guess, there helping everything out, because I don't really pick out a distinct cedar note in this whatsoever. But overall, for what it is, for a $15 fragrance, it's doing pretty good for itself. They say that this is more on the summer side, and I kind of agree, but in Florida, the heat is like a different animal, because it's not that it's just like hot, like 95 for the high and stuff, which a lot of states experience, but it's that extreme humidity that we have that makes so many things just super polarizing. When it's hot like that, you need stuff like Azzaro Chrome Sport, the original Azzaro, things without any creaminess, things without any sweetness, you know, because it can get really polarizing. So this isn't like a Florida summer fragrance, but indoors, in the office, casually walking around, you know, that kind of thing, this will work really good for that. If you like stuff like La Nuit de l'Homme with that cardamom and that powderiness and stuff like that, then this one isn't going to steer you in too much of the wrong direction, because it's a pretty good smelling fragrance. In fact, since I already let the cat out of the bag, I will say that this is a
5.5 out of 10.
Because the performance is average. It's not mind-blowing, but it's not too weak. It's maybe on the slightly less side of average, like a 4.5 hour fragrance, or 4.5 hour longevity. The projection is a little bit soft, but I think it's doing pretty good at giving you a scent bubble for a nice few hours. And the scent profile alone is a 5.5, so I'm just going to keep it at a 5.5. It's a casual fragrance that can be semi-dressed up. You actually could dress this up for an Abercrombie fragrance. It does have a touch of maturity to it. I think a lot of it has to do with that cardamom. And yeah, so it's kind of its own thing. It's not a direct like knockoff of anything like that. But for what it is, it's pretty good. You could do a whole lot worse for $15. I don't regret buying it. I'm going to probably spend most of my time with this thing at home, out of the shower. Maybe if I'm running to like the dollar store or something like that and I just want to throw something on real quick, I'll probably reach for something like this. But yeah, overall, it's not too bad of a fragrance. So if you see this in the wild, that's what it smells like. A little bit of a light, airy, somewhat citrus vibe version of La Nuit de l'Homme or Guess Seductive Blue, or however many fragrances that are in that kind of a ballpark, because there's a lot of them that are kind of trying to go after that DNA, because it's a really seductive, sexy, alluring kind of DNA. It's not really a compliment DNA though. I will say that. It's not the kind that's going to get compliments, but it's kind that is going to be pleasing to most people, and especially yourself. This is like it's authentic self. This is like a for you, yourself kind of fragrance. And it's got a touch of maturity, but I think it's youthful and mature. I don't think that it's like just a grown-up or just a youthful fragrance. Even though it's Abercrombie, it's not just a youthful fragrance. So that's my final thoughts on Abercrombie & Fitch Authentic Self. And with that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always. And until next time.